or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
Community Landscaping, your local dedicated experts, providing top-notch lawn care services and transforming your outdoor space. Expert mowing and trimming, precision edging and blowing, irrigation solutions, hardscaping designs, and even low-maintenance artificial turf. Community Landscaping, your full-service landscape design and maintenance company in Panama City Beach, Inlet Beach, and 30A. Call Community Landscaping for a free quote, 850-704-5267.
360-degree protection of your home, 365 days a year, one low monthly price.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control offers an affordable program that provides our customers with peace of mind. Brock 365.
We like bundling pest control with termite protection for a low monthly payment. We couldn't be happier with the results. Most treatments are done outside, and we haven't had any issues in over 3 years.
Call us today for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control.
WVLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Liberty, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got to bat.
the Inside Drive. From college to the pros, interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, and good Monday morning. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City and Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. You can watch, listen, like, comment, subscribe, share, follow. That is Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All you got to do is search up ESPN Northwest Florida on any of those social channels, and you will find it right there. You can watch or listen on social media as well. 3 great local shows, 7 to 9, the Coach James Hale Show, right here with the Inside Drive from 11 to 1. Of course, the Afternoon Underdogs from 4 to 6 p.m. Jay, how the heck are you today?
Mighty fine, Ryan. How are you doing?
I may need you to talk a little more today.
That's
I
don't know if I got it or not.
It's okay. You can figure it out.
Yeah.
You can figure it out.
Yeah.
Looking crisp today. Very white.
Thank you.
Yeah. Not
wow.
Not baby blue.
Wow.
Is what I was referring. Oh, you got jeans on there.
You're looking very white today, Jay.
Just bright.
Very virgin-esque, if you will.
Yeah, like an angel's
like
in
a
here.
bride.
Like, oh. That's what I see. There's a right behind you. Right behind you.
Yeah, I have my Jackson Hole, Wyoming long sleeve T-shirt on today. That was a gift given to me last year from my sister who went out to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I've run into a lot of folks here recently that have made the trip out there who are our age or even older and go snowboarding, skiing, all that kind of stuff. And man, props to them because
I
there's
need a week
no
off
way.
after that.
I'd have to have a month off.
You should go.
No. Well, yeah, facts.
It would be fun to see Jay going snowboarding.
No.
Would you go snowboarding, skiing, or
have you done any before?
I never have.
No?
No.
Man. Contestant number 1, where would you go skiing or snowboarding with Jay Henley? Jackson Hole? Would you go to Colorado?
I will tell you this, okay? So I've been snowboarding in West Virginia. I've been snowboarding in Colorado at a couple different places. Both times in West Virginia with snowshoe. The ice over here on the east, or the snow rather on the east, is what they call elephant snot, and it's very icy. It's a lot harder. Well, it's just, man, when you go getting powder, it's a lot easier to be able to snowboard or whatever. I would say it would be easier to learn. If you do snowboarding, you're going to hate it. Within the first 30 minutes, you're going to wish that you never even tried it. But you stick with it, and then all of a sudden, boom, something clicks. I don't know if that can happen at your age. I don't know.
I know, he's up there.
Not even just, I'm saying if I were to start here at 34, like, you know?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that once it finally clicks, you're like, okay, now I can, you know, go down the green slopes or whatever. But,
Right.
I mean, you got Gatlinburg up there. They've got some snowboarding and stuff, so.
Yeah, a little bit, for sure.
That would be the closest option, and it's not a cheap venture by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, and on Thursday, Piedmont Park in Atlanta was a there were people in snow skis in Atlanta, which was crazy.
There you go. There you go.
Maybe it's going to come down here next week.
I wouldn't get your hopes up. It's certainly going to get cold again. There is a note about that. Going to be one of the colder Januaries, no doubt, in a long time.
Talk, Jay. When he's not talking, you have to make something up.
I was reading this comment from.
I do want to give my grandmother a happy birthday wish.
There you go. Take advantage.
She is. I don't know her age. I'm sorry.
That's wild,
man. What a terrible grandson.
Thank you. But she does listen a good bit, and so happy birthday to my grandmother.
Happy birthday to Jay's grandmother, and we're sorry about your terrible grandson.
However old you are to many, many.
I'm going to say 61. I'm going to say 61.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
61.
I'm just
and
kidding.
You're 44? I don't know if that math adds up there, Jay.
Things are different in Georgia.
Yeah, apparently. How old is this Wanda's mom? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Wanda's mom.
So Wanda would have had to have you when she was like 9.
Yeah.
In order for this math to work out.
That's right. That's right.
It's not looking too good.
But yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love her.
And how old again is she? Oh, you don't know.
Nope.
But you know what? You could have we're not going to share her age because.
That's right.
That's what you do for
could have
ladies.
done that.
That's right.
That wouldn't have even been dishonest.
Yeah. There you go. That's right.
Just trying to help you live life, brother.
Thank you, David Hayes.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, we got to get you on the slopes.
No.
Come on, let's plan a trip.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, we'll get it sponsored. Holland Hearts, Jay's first time on these slopes.
That would actually be a contest I would go for. Like, you know.
Oh, man.
I think we got Smitty going down to. I hope we got Smitty going down to Orlando. I'm not sure really about taking my whole weekend off to, you know.
NBA's just tough. NBA's just tough.
I'm a person who, if I'm going to a sporting event, I'm going to drink a Red Bull after the sporting event. I don't care if it ends at 12 o'clock. We're getting home that night, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not big on, like, let's stay the night. Like, that's just not me.
Own bed.
But I would do that for a snow adventure.
Dang, okay.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I love snowboard, man. I've been, you know, like...
When's the last time you've been?
Oh, man. The last time I was in Colorado, I would say 4 or 5 years ago, 2019 maybe.
Okay.
Right before COVID.
Gotcha.
More recent than I thought.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've been twice to West Virginia and 3 times in Colorado.
I want to get the kids out skiing or snowboarding somewhere at some point. It's just like you said, it's so expensive.
It is.
And like
equipment wise or getting
wise you rent.
Yeah, but like
you got to get the lift pass.
Yeah,
and
the
then
lift pass is like $150 for a day.
Really?
Depends on where you go.
It's kind of like going to a theme park. I would equate it to like going to like a Universal.
But better because
you get to do what you want.
Yeah, and the rides are like you decide how much fun. You don't got to wait in lines for anything other than the ski
Unless you're
ride.
at that one resort right now that's got the all the
California.
No, well, snow's melted there. No, the one in Colorado.
They need to bring more snow in.
I know. They had it. It was all there. They just didn't capture it. There was one in Colorado. I was looking at it. I forget what it was. But all their people were on strike.
Oh.
So, like, lift lines were like 300, 400, 500 people deep.
Oh, I'd heard about that.
Yeah, that would be tough. I would just start climbing the mountain at that point.
I'd just be like, you know what? I'm going to go back to the cabin. A little hot tub action.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that's okay, but you can get in a hot tub anywhere.
Yeah.
Not in the studio. Maybe
if we had one, maybe we had like a portable hot tub.
It feels a little bit like it in here right now.
It feels like a hot tub in here?
It's just a little
It is a little warm.
Well, maybe you guys should break out of the sleeves. Get like me.
Yeah, that's true. Sleeveless. Yeah, hey.
I'll go straight to the skin.
There you go.
Give
Hey.
the ladies what they want.
It is. I mean, we're, 30-something days away. 31 days.
From what?
February 14th, the Love Connection. Come on.
Oh. What day is that? On a Friday?
Yeah,
is it?
It's completely meant to be.
It is.
Yeah,
and you're gonna be in here playing the guitar, serenading and parading around. I tell you what, boy, you better hope that their ring finger is vacated because you're gonna be putting a ring on it like Beyonce said so.
Now, look here. I'm not the only. Look here. In this trio of what we got going on here, I'm not the only single guy here.
Technically,
there's a David Hayes over here.
No, I'm not. I mean, it's in between. I guess every day
it's
is
complicated.
It's like more than a situationship, but less than a relationship, I guess.
What falls in between that?
You just never know.
No, don't try to pass this on
Yeah,
him.
for real. Plus, when are the women raving about me?
They always.
Well, silently.
Well,
the ones raving about you, like we have a whole demographic created for Jay Henley. It says so in our portfolio.
Y'all stop telling lies. Please stop telling lies.
It's part of my pitch when I'm trying to sell somebody. I was like, nah, not all radio shows have Jay Henley. You're bringing in a whole nother audience when you got him.
I feel like this all happened whenever Keith Fleming started coming on the radio on Wednesdays. I feel like Keith has ratted me out as far as me being the whatever, if you want to call it a ladies' man, because I'm not.
I mean, what was that character's name in that movie? I feel like you know it.
That is a good movie, by the way.
Well, I watched Swingers last night.
Did you?
Yeah, with Vince Vaughn and John Favreau.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good.
I didn't even recognize Vince Vaughn at first. Like, I was like, golly, it was way back in the day.
That was way back.
I was like 5 years old when that movie came out.
She brought a movie back out.
Yeah.
Brought a movie back.
And Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Jackie Moon. That's a good one, too.
No. That's Flint Tropics.
Tropic Thunder is when they're Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
With like Tom Cruise and Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, that's right.
Yeah.
He was in that one.
With all this
Matthew McConaughey. It was like an all-star cast.
It's an A-list lineup of people. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Proud of you, David Hayes, for watching.
Yeah, I've been watching more movies. I might be watching more movies lately than sports. Not good, but
that's crazy.
He's just ready. He's getting ready for the off season.
Is that what it is?
No, because actually I watch more sports documentaries and stuff in the off season. I think I know why I'm watching more movies and stuff, but I'm not gonna we stay happy here on this show.
I got you.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
Goodness. Why don't you tell everybody about your... I saw you posted about somebody who's already signed up for your preseason 6-week training camp.
Yes. There's like 8 or 9 kids already signed up. It's amazing.
Michael Shears, where you at?
Yeah, I mean... This is going to be
on retainer.
Right. This is going to be a really cool experience out at Bay Point coming up.
Well, tell everybody about it and how they can sign up.
Well, golfwithjay.com. You have to be an 8th grader moving into 9th grade.
Okay.
If you don't pass the 8th grade, you're ineligible.
Dang. Tough academic requirements for this camp.
Yeah, you got to pass 8th grade. But
so would you have been eligible for this camp?
I don't know. So somebody say no. But no, Sundays from 2 to 4, starting February 2nd, we're going to roll out a 6-week program to high school golfers that are serious about getting better and want to play in Emerald Coast Junior Golf events this spring and summer, or Under Armour. Let's get all those tournament schedule out there. You've got U.S. Kids Golf in the area as well. But come sign up. We're going to have a 6-week program of just getting out, being competitive. A little bit of range time, a lot of on-course time. We're tailoring this to how the SEC golf programs practice, and we're bringing this to Bay Point. So,
So obviously Michael Shears is heavily involved in this.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
good.
Yeah.
It's great that you have a guy that's been at 2 different SEC programs that can bring that wealth of knowledge to your camps and your clinics.
And, I learned from him, and I hope he learns a little bit from me, and, that's how you grow. So
sometimes learning what not to do is a great way to learn.
There you go. I've done
still
plenty of that.
Learning.
That's right.
Still technically learning.
Yep.
No doubt about that. Jay, what did you learn about Ohio State's victory over Texas on Friday evening?
Didn't watch it.
Shocking.
I know. So Ohio State did beat Texas.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's a good thing you picked Texas in our pick'em.
Yeah, what'd you got? Who'd you guys go with?
We picked Ohio State. We'll go through that a little bit later on. We got one more game still in the pick'em that's being played tonight.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to make sure because the Rams.
Oh, Vikings-Rams, yeah.
Yep.
In Arizona.
In Arizona, State Farm Stadium. The irony of State Farm Stadium. Oh, goodness, Jay, I'll let you figure that one out on your own. But, yeah, Ohio State, it was actually pretty close all the way until the end. Texas had a chance to score. They were first and goal from the 1 and couldn't punch it in to tie up the game in the college football playoff semifinals. And obviously, Jay, you would think first down on the 1 yard line, you'd be able to punch it in as the Texas Longhorns, but they certainly couldn't. And I don't know why they just didn't run it vertically up the middle. They did a toss on their second play.
Getting too cute.
Yep, lost 7 yards. You see it in the NFL, too. Just run power.
Yeah.
Push the tush.
Yeah, it gets you there. But anyway, so Texas could have tied it up, but instead, on the first play, I forget what they did on the first play, but then the second play, they did a toss left, stretched it out. Ohio State got dropped in for about a loss of 7, and then they tried to go for it again on third, didn't get it, and then on fourth down, Quinn Ewers' former roommate, if I'm not mistaken in that. What is his last name, David?
Manning.
No.
Quinn Ewers is
roommate. Oh, Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, I would have never known that.
I think they said it on the air.
Yeah.
I think he was his roommate at Texas before he transferred. But anyway, he caused a fumble on that fourth down play and scored. Not that it really mattered because it would have been Texas's ball, would have been Ohio State's ball anyway. But it stretched that to certainly then cover the spread and the final score in that one, 28-14. So they will move on to play the Notre Dame Fighting Irish for a chance at their 6th national championship on the line. I don't know how many Notre Dame's going for. I know they have quite a few more than Ohio State. But yeah, that'll be next Monday, a week from today, Jay, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Right now, Ohio State is an 8-point favorite, according to ESPN Bet.
I could see that.
I think that this game kind of changes it for me a little bit because Ohio State really played a decent game of football, and Texas is not taking anything away from Texas, but I don't know. I think that this is going to be a closer. I would take Notre Dame right now as it stands today with 8 points. Not winning the game, just with 8 points. Yeah. Because in all reality, Ohio State just kind of, they were up by 7. They were going to cover the spread anyways, but that late touchdown kind of separated it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
and Texas didn't look good, in my opinion. Like, they were just kind of taking care of business when they got the breaks that they need to. So I'm glad that we got another good football game out of it because I do feel like it was competitive for the most part of the game.
Absolutely. All the way down. They had a chance to tie it late in the game. I mean, that's all you could really want. But, yeah, the play calling and, Quinn Ewers just didn't look super sharp in that game. And Will Howard played well again. And, here we are on the cusp of the national championship in a week, Jay.
Playoffs
indeed.
Playoffs.
Tell me who that is.
Jim Mora.
Facts.
From back in the day.
Look at you. Because he was an Atlanta guy.
Yeah, because he was an Atlanta guy, yeah.
That's fair. Oh, who won the Sony Open?
Oh, man, Nico. No, hold on. Did Nico
Iamaleava?
Nico ended up winning the playoff last night, but playoff. I can't remember. I can't say his last name.
That guy didn't win.
Oh, did Nick Taylor win?
Nick Taylor did indeed win.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, we forgive you.
Yeah, I may have watched like the first playoff hole.
The one thing I was hoping you would know.
Yeah, so Nick Taylor okay.
Yeah, he won on the second playoff hole. He birdied the first one. So did Nico Echevarria. And
is that how you say his last name?
I have no idea. That's just how I said it right there.
That sounds about right.
And then Nick Taylor birdied it again in the second playoff hole, and Nico parred it. So Nick Taylor from Canada got his I don't know if that's his first ever PGA Tour victory or not, but earned himself $1.566 million and a trip to Augusta National.
That's actually, he's 3, and I don't know about PGA Tour, but he's 3-0 in playoff deal.
So he's kind of a playoff kind of guy.
He is a playoff guy. How many times can we say playoff in this segment?
You just said it a couple more.
I don't know, but if we keep playing off those words, we're going to have to play off on what words to play off of next.
5 career wins. 5 career wins.
5.
He's currently 29th in the official World Golf Rankings.
Huh.
He's joined the PGA Tour back in 2015.
How about that?
Nick Taylor. I think he played one of the Hooters Tour events we had at Mount Vintage, if I'm not mistaken. How'd what's his face do? The guy you bet on?
Oh, Luke Clanton. You know, I want to say he was hovering around 1 under, kind of going into the weekend. I don't know if he made the cut or not.
Didn't have his feet on the ground, huh?
Somebody to look forward to this year is definitely him, Luke Clanton out of FSU.
Sponsors exemption, right?
Yeah. But yeah, we're moving on to the American Express this week. Not quite sure where that one's located.
It's usually in Palm Desert, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in America.
That's true.
True. Somewhere in America. That's right.
Trying to find
It'll all be America before long.
Or Chinese.
Ooh, a little breaking news action?
No.
No. I'm not saying that to you, Jay.
Breaking news.
McCarthy's out. Is that the breaking news? All right, good. I was like, I'm hoping this is it. But Mike McCarthy is not going to be coming back to the Dallas Cowboys, and it looks like they are unable to reach an agreement, according to Adam Scheffler, and it looks like the Bears and the Saints are the front runner right now to pick up McCarthy. Who's McCarthy? Who did McCarthy coach, Jay?
The America's team.
What about before the Cowboys?
Ooh, that's a tough one for you.
Seahawks.
I mean, I guess if you're thinking of Mike Holmgren.
Mike Holmgren, yeah. I guess there's a little bit of liking there because of McCarthy being at the other team that Mike Holmgren was at. Yeah.
Where did he go? Where was it?
Well, this place is named after a bay. They wear cheese on their heads.
Oh, Green Bay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now that they're actually named after a bay, they just have bay in the name.
Yeah. So where is he going again?
He's not going anywhere. He's just not coming back to the Cowboys. But the Saints and the Bears are the two front runners right now.
The Bears are going to have conversations with Marcus Freeman.
I saw that.
And, I mean, that's something I heard about prior to, Notre Dame beating Penn State. Just, you don't know. I think that he's good there at Notre Dame.
And this is his first gig head coaching, right?
Yeah.
Was at Notre Dame?
Yeah.
He's been there for 3 years.
That I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I believe that was his first head coaching job.
Yeah.
I believe he was with Ohio State in some capacity prior to that. Actually, no, I think he was on the staff at Notre Dame when Brian Kelly was there.
Because he played at Ohio State, right? Yeah. And then, Jay, of course, Mike Vrabel took the job over the weekend with the New England Patriots. Not a shocker in that one. Obviously, Vrabel played for the Patriots for a long time, very familiar with the organization, Robert Kraft. He did a good job with the Titans, and now he's going back home there to the Patriots.
Did not know that.
Oh, Marcus Freeman actually played, obviously Ohio State.
Okay.
Then he played for the Bears, the Bills, and the Texans. Then he was at Ohio State as a GA, Kent State as a linebackers coach, Purdue as a linebackers coach, and then became co-DC in 2016. He was at Cincinnati as the defensive coordinator and linebackers coach from 2017 to 2020. And then 2021, he was the defensive coordinator and linebackers coach at Notre Dame. So he was there for 1 year before taking over the head coaching job. So.
And he's doing a heck of a job right now with Notre Dame. Brian Kelly said that you can't win at Notre Dame because you can't compete with the SEC money. Well, obviously, Marcus Freeman has certainly proved that a little bit different. We got to go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, a mixture of very light rain and clouds and a high of 50 with a blustery wind coming out of the north-northeast at 14 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 41. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a moderate breeze and a temperature near 57. Moving into Wednesday, about the same with a high of 56 and mostly cloudy. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Life can take us so many places. And at Panama City Toyota, we're here to make sure every drive is worth every minute.
Maybe you want a fun, fuel-efficient car for everyday driving. Or you need a dependable vehicle that really gets the job done. Sometimes it's all about answering the call of the wild. And when you're ready to shop, reserve your vehicle online and choose your options. Or we'll help you in person, even if you started the process at home.
Whatever works for you always works for us.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Have a quick stretch first.
The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
Must have pulled something playing hoops last week.
And Jay Henley.
I know you're not putting that rock up from here. You ain't got no J.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
Must have pulled something playing hoops last week.
And Jay Henley.
I know you're not putting that rock up from here. You ain't got no J.
I kind of had a guess this is what we were going to be listening to, looking at those comments on Facebook. Jay, who sings the, or who did this song?
I did it all for the Nookie. Come on, the Nookie. Come on.
That was so good because it's so wrong.
It's not Limp Bizkit.
No. Click, click, boom. It's like saliva, isn't it? I like the effort you put into that answer, though. That made it even better. Did it all for the Nookie. Come on.
Y'all like crisp biscuits or Limp Biscuits better?
Crisp biscuits.
God, doughy biscuits out of the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. I can't do it. It's got to go at least 12 or 15.
You got to go 12 or 15?
Yeah.
At 375?
Yeah.
You just butter them up or you put gravy on them?
No.
You like eggs on top of the gravy?
No,
sausage gravy or bacon gravy?
None of it.
You like
Wait, you don't like gravy?
Jam or jelly?
Not on those type of biscuits. Not on the.
What kind of biscuits are we talking about? What kind of different biscuits?
I don't. Pillsbury, the ones that you pop open the
can.
The can.
What are you, from the north?
What?
Oh, making biscuits that way.
What?
I mean, come on. We're just
It's
bachelors.
quick and easy. Yeah, it's quick and easy.
I don't know. I just figured like it was sacrilegious for you being from South Georgia to have biscuits out of a can for the grocery
Ain't nobody got time to make all them biscuits from scratch like that.
Yeah.
Jay's got nothing but time.
Nothing but
Modern
time.
day drifter.
Right.
DD.
A nomad, if you will.
A nomad, if you will. Oh, goodness gracious.
When's the last time you were mad, Jay?
Nomad.
I understand that. I'm asking you when the last time. That's what made me think to ask this question, because you know mad, but when last time you mad?
6 minutes ago.
Because we went to break, you weren't ready.
No, I don't know. Man, you just gotta live. You just gotta live.
You gotta go with the flow, man. You
Go
can't go against the current. You got to go with the current.
That's
the
right.
salmon.
And I'm amongst two other positive individuals, and whoever you associate with, you
How do you
become
spell
those people.
amongst?
Huh?
How do you spell
Ooh.
amongst?
I mean, AMONGST.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, there's no U.
Yeah,
Fun.
amongst.
You
How do
really
say
thought he was
amongst?
going to spell it with a U?
I don't know. I wanted to see.
I got more faith in Jay than that.
I know.
Yeah, come on.
Keeping the faith. You got to have faith in Jay. Yeah. You did good.
Oh, you got to have faith in Jay.
No, it's been a while. I don't know. It's been a while there, David Hayes. I don't know.
No need, right? No need to get mad.
There's no need. No need. None.
Not you.
If a trash bag can be glad, so can we.
You got that right.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put a project in a trash bag this morning to keep it out of the rain.
Ooh, what kind of a project?
It was a World War I propaganda project.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. They did good on it, too. Ryan.
Oh, it was a joint project?
Yeah, her and for History Fair.
Oh, I was thinking Ryan and Liam. Gotcha.
They're in different grades.
Yeah, well, that's why I was like, oh.
You're like, wait, what?
Crossovers.
Yeah, I like it. Crossover projects between. I don't think they would get along well enough to do a project together.
What's this project look like?
It was, one of the, the boards that fold out.
Oh, yeah.
All the stuff on it. They did a good job.
Propaganda.
Yeah, World War I propaganda. Not two, World War I.
Was the propaganda arising from the United States of America or from another country?
The US of A. US of A. Great success.
Very good.
Was that in the 30s? When was World
War I? Yeah, 30s.
Yeah, going into the because Pearl Harbor was what 1941.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like kicking off World War II.
Gotcha.
Ish.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. The United States is calling me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey.
Dang, son. We're in trouble there.
I know.
It says United States.
Yeah.
Have you ever got a call and it said North Korea?
No.
Yeah, I have.
Oh gosh.
I didn't. I don't answer numbers I don't know.
Smart.
Also, you remember how I think it was last Friday, maybe last Thursday.
North Korea.
We were talking about dreams and how you don't see cell phones in them. Every dream I've had since then has had a cell phone in it.
No way.
Yes, I swear. Well, but even before I said that I had, but every dream that I've had since, and I dream a lot, especially when I wake up and then I fall back asleep.
That's when that's when everything's firing. Yeah.
Oh, wow. We were, 1914 to 1918 was WW1.
Man.
We were off.
Oh, we were off.
Yeah.
You led us astray.
No, that wasn't.
You're like late 30s? David's like, yeah. I'm like 41.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
We went about 10 years without a World War.
See, you learn stuff by not knowing, right? There you go.
That's 100% how it works, I believe. Yeah. If you don't know it.
You can't learn what you already know.
I may not know that answer tomorrow when I wake up, but I'll know it all the way to midnight tonight.
Do you know it right now?
1914 and 1917?
18.
All right,
years.
see, I'm already kind of off.
Yep.
I'm already kind of off.
What started it?
Hatred.
Okay, yes. I think that's normally what starts every war.
Yeah.
Or greed. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria.
I just had a listener tell me to ask him that same question.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah.
History lessons with Jay.
Yep. Does history matter?
Cracker Jack girl said she wants to get in on the love connection thing. So Joanna, she'll be invisible, but she'll be audible. I'll type some messages.
All right, so we
up.
only need 2 contestants. Then. That's even easier.
No, we need 3 live contestants. Well, we only have 2 other chairs in here. I guess what we could do is get 4 total. Wouldn't that be the best for the serenade process of it?
We've been talking about this for a year and a half. It's not going to happen.
Oh, no.
Like, it's not going to happen.
You say that? Yeah, now you just gave me more motivation to make sure it happens.
Click, click, boom.
Limp Bizkit.
You're going to give me some options. You're going to give me like a 20-something-year-old and maybe a 40-something-year-old and then or whatever.
Oh, wait. That's what we could do. We'll get four ladies, right? 20, 30, not the exact age.
Right.
20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey.
Even a 40-year-old man deserves a cougar every now and again.
And that's the beauty of being 40-something, right? Yeah. It's like you're a tweener. You're kind of
to each his own. Jeff.
What would be the age demographic that you would prefer without looking at them?
We are peeling back the
onion. Let's talk about playoffs.
Playoffs.
Come on.
We can if you want to.
Playoffs.
I like this better. This is more fun. I don't have to talk as much when this is going on.
He's starting to get rosy red, them cheeks right there.
Yeah.
But there really wasn't. I don't think there was a game that was. They were a little wompy.
Are you trying to talk about sports?
He is.
Yeah. I like this.
Deflection.
Right. Yeah.
Using sports to deflect on a sports talk
He's
show.
manipulating the system right now. Guess what?
I'm
Jay?
actually kind of proud.
I see right through it, though.
Yeah, I know you do. I know. And I do, too. And that's the beauty of it.
There's a Jackson Hole in your theory right there.
And it's come back full circle.
Yes, it has.
But yeah, Jay, you were kind of right. I mean, everybody was up in arms about the college football playoffs being a little lopsided, and the wild card round of the NFL playoffs was certainly lopsided as well. So does the NFL need to change their playoff process too, or what?
Maybe.
It was kind of a facetious question, but that's fine.
I mean, I guess just maybe they might need to change it. Maybe they need to have a committee.
Right.
It's not merit. It's just
Oh yeah, you gotta hire.
A hire.
Up a little bit.
Yeah, I
there
can't
it is.
see where
there it
the
is.
darn-
Up a little bit more. Right there, pinch it.
Got
there
it.
you go.
That doesn't look like your hair. That looks like Coach Hales.
It's certainly not my hair.
I would say Coach Hales.
Yeah, it's silver. So
Yeah,
thanks, Coach.
Talk
for
about a
listening.
silver fox.
Yeah.
that's right.
Hey, speaking of that guy, he's getting inducted in the Arnold High School Hall of Fame coming up
HOF.
this Friday at the Arnold. I believe they're hosting Bay in boys basketball, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
So get out there and support Coach Hale if you can. Should be a great basketball game as well. All right, Jay, which game do you want to start with? You can start with them in chronological order.
Yeah.
That means time.
Yeah, right. Thank you. What was the first playoff game of the whole weekend?
It was the Chargers and the Texans kicked us off on Saturday.
Okay.
And the Texans were like, you know what, we're just going to blitz the hell out of Justin Herbert and see if he can do good. And apparently he couldn't. Because interceptions and just Chargers couldn't really get anything going. Texas had a game plan. They stuck to it. And C.J. Stroud certainly did enough. 32-12 in that. That's a blowout NFL standards, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Especially how it happened. It was 6-0, what, going into the middle of the third, or at least going into halftime?
No, halftime for sure. Yeah, I think it was still 6-0 going to the middle of the third. 10-6 at half.
Yeah, it was wild. Jay, do you know how many interceptions Herbert threw throughout the regular season?
Herbert. Well, he's in the playoffs, so it probably wouldn't be many. I would say 7.
Okay. If you add his total from how many he threw throughout the regular season and how many he threw in that particular game, the answer is 7. How many did he throw in the playoff game?
Ooh, this is a little advanced.
3?
Close.
4.
Yes.
4 interceptions.
He threw 4 interceptions in that game. He threw 3 in the regular season.
Yep.
Which was the lowest.
Yeah.
He had the lowest amount of interceptions and then threw 4, a couple of those being pick sixes. One of those were tipped, but still some of them were just ugly. It's like, what are you doing, man? You continue to prove AG right, and I don't like it.
What's AG's saying that Herbert's overrated?
Yeah, it's
It sounds like a basketball term. AG. And then
Adam Goff.
Oh, but isn't there an AG in basketball? Anthony, or is that AG?
You might be thinking of SGA or AD.
AD is what I'm thinking. Never mind.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We forgive you. But yeah, they got a lot of pressure on Herbert. Didn't get his feet set quite a bit, and really just shut down that Chargers offense. And what you thought the Chargers defense was going to be able to kind of put the kibosh on the Texans, but really couldn't stop them. Obviously, Nico Collins had a fantastic game. Joe Mixon had a great game. Took him a little while to get going, but he finally eventually did. And the Texans came away with the victory in that one. And then they move on to play the Kansas City Chiefs. They're Jay Henley. Chiefs currently a 7.5-point favorite at home. You think the Texans got a chance against the back-to-back defending Super Bowl champions?
I don't think so.
Why?
Well, they've rested, which I think is different in the NFL than I feel like with college. I feel like the resting in the NFL is probably a little bit more of an advantage for whatever reason.
More rest than rust in the NFL versus college?
Yeah, probably because it's a little bit more intense.
Were you channeling your inner politics, thinking about AG, the Attorney General?
No.
Or Adam Garland? The guy that had to resign?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, no, Kansas City, I think they'll take care of business over the Texans at home. So
7.5 point at home.
Yeah.
You think they'll cover that?
Oh yeah, and I'm sure. I don't know what the weather will be like at Arrowhead, but I'm sure there won't be a temperature, maybe below temperature.
I mean, it'll be a reading, but
there'll be a reading. There won't be
below freezing.
Yeah,
it'll definitely be below freezing because this is coming up next. That's Saturday is the 18th, 19th is Sunday. Yeah, it's going to be real cold.
Yeah,
not Miami Dolphins Chiefs last year cold, but real cold nonetheless. All right, what was
there
this?
Were amputees in that?
There was
actually, yeah.
Yeah. For real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so got to get you some toasty toes. So I tell Garrett all the time, G Money is like, Garrett, get you some toasty toes. Keep those toes warm.
Or a hoodie, electric hoodie that you have.
That was 2 sizes too small.
Hey, that creates warmth.
It does.
You know?
It does. So, could have just had a hug the whole time, too. That would have kept me warm.
Hugs are so good.
We'll make sure when you have the Love Connection show that we'll include some hugs in that. What was the next game in chronological order? That would have been the Ravens-Steelers on Saturday night on Amazon Prime. Yeah, Ravens-Steelers, that game just kind of played out like you expected it to play out. I think, obviously, the reason they brought Derrick Henry over is because he continues to do what he does. And I would put Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry up against any quarterback running back duo that's been around in the NFL as far as what they bring to the table. Obviously, Derrick Henry set a franchise record of rushing for the Baltimore Ravens, Jay, in a playoff game with 26 carries, 186 yards, including 2 touchdowns. And then Lamar Jackson, I want to say, added like 86 or so on the ground. Let me double check that real quick. Yes, 81. Derrick Henry, 26 carries, 186 yards, Jay. You know how much that is per touch?
81, 3.5 or no?
Close.
Is it?
Close, yeah.
That was way, I'll just total guess.
We didn't notice. 7.2 yards per carry.
Oof.
Yep. It's pretty tough. Pretty tough to defend every time. And he put some people on the ground, too. It was pretty embarrassing. But, Baltimore Ravens dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers. And now Tomlin's getting a little bit of that criticism. They lost 5 games going into the playoffs, or 4, I think it was 4 games going into the playoffs, and then lost their 5th straight game and just have exited the playoffs over and over and over again in the last several years. And you know what? Getting to the playoffs is certainly half the battle. But the fan base, the ownership, everybody wants them to win playoff games and not lose them. So the Baltimore Ravens move on, Jay, to play. Can you guess who?
Oh, man, I don't know.
It's a former team you love. Loved.
Buffalo.
Yes, the Buffalo Bills, who steamrolled the Denver Broncos. Although it was exciting to start, Broncos had the first possession, marched down the field, hit a deep pass, scored a touchdown, got up 7-0, but then the Buffalo Bills scored 31 straight points to kind of put the kibosh and the dominating performance and over Bo Nix and those Denver Broncos. But, hey, first time they've been in the playoffs in a long time, so sometimes getting to the playoffs is a victory in itself. But, so now they'll face off against the Baltimore Ravens, the battle of the MVP candidates, Jay.
So Jackson versus Allen.
That is correct.
Wow.
Exciting. Should be a good game. Should be.
Is that going to be, and where's that going to be?
That'd be in Buffalo. Buffalo's the 2 seed. The Ravens are the 3 seed. All 4 divisional winners in the AFC side of things have moved on to the divisional round there. All right, on the other side of things, we'll talk quickly about the Eagles-Packers games, and then we'll talk about the Washington Commanders-Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. I think we talked about it last week going into the weekend. I thought that Packers were probably the biggest. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. When we get back, we'll jump right back into it. Thank you, David Hayes, for reminding me of what time it is. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
Community Landscaping, your local dedicated experts, providing top-notch lawn care services and transforming your outdoor space. Expert mowing and trimming, precision edging and blowing, irrigation solutions, hardscaping designs, and even low-maintenance artificial turf. Community Landscaping, your full-service landscape design and maintenance company in Panama City Beach, Inlet Beach, and 30A. Call Community Landscaping for a free quote, 850-704-5267.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-708-3092. 800-708-3092. 800-708-3092. That's 800-708-3092.
The only place to get sports betting coverage on the radio. Is this legal? Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back. You're listening to the Inside Drive on this chilly, rainy Monday morning here in the Florida Panhandle. We do have a caller on the line and a familiar name and voice. And bails Jay out a little bit from having to talk about football, and that is Keith Fleming. Keith, how are you doing on this Monday morning? Have you guys defrosted? Has the snow melted and everything up there in the ATL?
It's almost all gone. Not soon enough for me. I hate cold weather. I got two little dogs that neither one of them wanted to go outside for 2 days because, God forbid, they'd have to step in some snow. So I'm ready for it to be gone. I think by the end of the day, it'll all be out of here.
There you go. There you go. Hopefully this next wave of cold weather doesn't include more wintry precipitation for you guys up there. I was about to jump into the Packers game, and right before the break I was talking about how we were discussing last week who we thought might have been some frauds and who wasn't, and I was all on the Packers saying that they were a fraud. Their schedule that they played, the games that they won, they really didn't beat any teams that had good records, and it certainly showed up over the weekend. As I think somebody forgot to tell them they were playing in a playoff game. They had a opening kickoff fumble. Jordan Love threw 3 interceptions. They missed a 38-yard field goal. They had 2 fourth-quarter unnecessary roughness calls. Obviously, they lost a few players during the game as well. Bad clock management and a bewildering catch attempt on 4th down. And then, of course, you saw A.J. Brown reading books on the sideline as well. But yeah, just a tough look there for the Packers. And the Eagles really didn't even play that well, in my opinion, offensively. But it didn't seem to matter because the Packers kind of just laid over and gave the Eagles that one. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that game, Keith, and the Eagles going forward?
I mean, I think we need to prepare ourselves that this is just who the Eagles are, that they're going to win games that look ugly. And, I mean, I think I saw a stat that now Jalen Hurts has not passed for more than 180 yards in any Eagles playoff victory in his career. So this is sort of the recipe for them winning. We all remember the Super Bowl that was so close, and he had an incredible game. In that performance, but I think that's kind of their recipe for this team to win, is to sort of ugly up the game, shorten it. They want to play, just smash mouth football. And I think they're kind of a winner with the Commanders winning last night, because I think Washington could be a tough matchup potentially, for Detroit, because they can score points. We know that's been the issue with Detroit this year with their defense, with all the injuries. But on the Green Bay side, man, you got to have some real soul searching. You gave Jordan Love that huge extension. I know he battled a bunch of injuries, but he has not looked like the guy that he did last year during their, mini playoff run. And then LaFleur, the clock management stuff last night, it was driving me insane. There's 7 minutes left. You're down 9 points. And they wasted 2 minutes doing nothing. I mean, literally no urgency. running plays. I mean, it made me immediately harken back. I wish my Atlanta Falcons in 2016 could have had that kind of urgency, maybe in the second half a little bit more, and they probably could have ran some more clock and actually ended up winning that Super Bowl. But I just don't understand it. And they did this last week in the last game of the regular season as well, where they were down 2 scores and just taking their time moving the ball. I don't know what's going up in, on in Green Bay, but this is a team at the beginning of the year everybody had as a trendy sleeper and thought they were going to be this, really good team. And I think you nailed it that they only beat the Rams this year. That was the Rams without Puka and Cup. And they lost every other matchup to an NFC playoff team. And most of them weren't even close. So I don't know where Green Bay goes moving forward.
Yeah, no doubt. They got to get some stuff figured out, that's for sure, especially with how good the rest of their division is. And if the Bears get the right head coach in there, the Bears could slide right into that spot as well. So it's not going to get any easier for the Packers going forward, no doubt about that. Keith, anything that surprised you so far? I know we have one more game to go, but anything that surprised you in the opening round of the playoffs in the NFL?
I mean, just Jaden Daniels' performance. It shouldn't surprise me with how good he was this year, but it's pretty rare for a quarterback that's a rookie to win a playoff game. He's only, I believe, the 13th rookie to ever win a playoff game in their rookie season, and I think the second to win on the road, which is even, more impressive. And he just continues to be so good in these clutch moments. When you need a first down, like how casually on that third down, it looked like the defender had him, and he just sort of skipped it out of it, picked up the first down like it was nothing, and I'm starting to wonder,
defenses.
Right? Yes, and I do wonder with Detroit, again, they have 16 guys that have been on IR this year, and the defensive side of the ball, that is not the team that I would want to face. In the divisional round, because I just think that they're going to have a hard time stopping him. And then it becomes, Washington's defense has improved as the season's gone on. They got beat up early in the Tampa game and then adjusted and did a great job in the second half, really kind of holding them, when it mattered. So it's hard for me to feel happy for a team coached by Dan Quinn, but I know the Commanders fans have been through a lot over the last few decades, and that sort of felt like the cherry on top of the FU to Dan Snyder, who was their really bad owner for years. They finally got rid of him, and no surprise, their team is succeeding and now, moving on in the playoffs.
Yep. Absolutely. Good stuff from Jaden Daniels. And I know a lot of Commanders fans as well, and I know they've certainly been through hell and back. And Keith, hopefully Atlanta fans can feel some of that sometime in the near future as well. But, in NFL history, there have been 3 instances of a team having 0 turnovers, 0 punts in a game behind a rookie starting quarterback, regular or postseason. All 3 of those were by the Commanders and Jaden Daniels, week 2, week 3, and then obviously last night in the playoff game as well. So just doing crazy stuff. And like you said, he's the 4th rookie quarterback to win their first career playoff game on the road, joining Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, and Russell Wilson. So Jaden Daniels, I think he's got although it's a regular season award, I think he had that Offensive Rookie of the Year locked up pretty good as the season came to an end. But yeah, I mean, and obviously you got Detroit waiting in the wings, and I like what you said there. I think Washington will give Detroit, excuse me, I think Washington is a much tougher matchup than, I don't know who else they would have got, but the Bucs would have won. It would have been the Vikings or the Rams, and we'll talk about that game a little bit later on as well. What about Lamar and Derrick Henry?
I've been saying for a few weeks I think this is the best team in the NFL. I don't love the fact that they, still have to go to Buffalo, more than likely to Kansas City, and then win the Super Bowl. That's a really tough road. But you look what Lamar's done this year outside of really the divisional game, that was the AFC Championship game last year. He's been incredible, and just the addition of Derrick Henry, I mean, who wants to tackle that guy when it's cold? Which these games are going to be outdoor, even if it's in Kansas City, or Buffalo. It's not going to be, in a dome, warm conditions. And I just think, especially with the way their defense is playing, they should probably be the favorite. And it's interesting that, the Chiefs are a big winner, I feel like, this weekend, even though they didn't play, because I doubt they're scared of the Houston Texans. No disrespect to
No, I
CJ
think
Stroud
if they
and
had
that
to
group.
pick one, I think that would have been the one they picked for sure.
Yeah.
Out of the
and,
remaining teams, yeah.
But it's insane to think that I believe that if Buffalo beats, Baltimore or vice versa, that could end up being the kind of de facto Super Bowl, because I think those are the two best teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah, playing in the wild card matchup. Chiefs Texans 7.5. Baltimore a 1-point favorite right now on the road up there in Buffalo next Sunday, I believe, January 19th. So,
What do you do with Mike Tomlin is my big question coming out this weekend, because that's a Falcons fan. We have not made the playoffs or had a winning record in 7 years, and I believe it's more on the GM. Tomlin is not the GM. You look at the QBs they've had now for really the last decade, once Ben was on the second half of his career. But I understand their frustration, and somebody read off, I heard this morning, like how many points they've given up in these last 4 or 5 playoff losses, and it's pretty shocking. It's over 30 points, I believe, in all of them. So I get wanting to move on him. It's just one of those questions, or warnings of be careful what you wish for, because he's a really good coach, and I feel like he hasn't exactly had the most important position in football. We see this over and over again as QB, and you look at some of the QBs he's made the playoffs with, it's pretty remarkable, especially in a division with Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow.
No doubt. And it's just a tough division, and is getting to the playoffs enough to keep your job? And I think that's the debate when it comes to Tomlin. And, obviously getting the playoffs is goal number 1. Winning playoff games is goal number 2, and the Steelers keep falling into it. I tried to find the stat, Keith, while you were talking. There's some kind of correlation with the Steelers, and they've given up the same amount of points in their last however many playoff games they've lost. It's been a blowout by some interesting number. And, I wouldn't want to play the Ravens, that's for sure. And they didn't even have Zay Flowers in there yesterday. I don't think it would have made much of a difference when you can get the running game going, both between Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Fair to say, Keith, that one of the best quarterback, running back, rushing duos that we've seen in the NFL?
Absolutely, although I would say that don't sleep on Josh Allen and James Cook.
James Cook looked impressive yesterday.
He was running well.
He's a really good player. I had obviously the joy of watching him at Georgia for several years, and I kind of figured he would be a good pro with his brother being Dalvin and just the skill set he has. But even I didn't envision him being this. He was arguably the best player on the field in the first half. With Josh Allen on the field standing right next to him, which that is saying something. I can't get over. Buffalo had the ball for 41 minutes. Baltimore for 38 minutes. I think Buffalo rushed for 270 yards. Baltimore 290. That's going to be really difficult to beat in the postseason, especially when those quarterbacks, you creep up and they run that play action. They both have the ability to beat you over the top. And both of those offenses, it's hard to know where the ball's going in the passing game, which I think, a lot of credit goes to Todd Monken and Joe Brady.
Yeah, no doubt. Tough task for the defensive coordinators and your secondary, nonetheless, especially if you're a safety going against those QBs. You just don't know. Are they going to pull it? Are they going to keep it? Or are they going to throw it right over my head? Who knows? Quick things, real quick. I know we got about a minute left. Do you remember David Archer and Gerald Riggs from your 1985 Atlanta Falcons?
I do not. I was a little too young to be. My dad's mentioned them before, but I do not remember them.
Yeah, the only team in NFL history to feature a QB with 300 rushing yards and a running back to reach the 1,700-yard mark. Jay, you were 5. You probably remember that.
No, I do.
That was back when you liked the Falcons.
Yeah, right.
And then the 400 and 1600 club, 400 rushing yards, that was Robert Griffin III and Alfred Morris back on the 2012 Washington Redskins. Cordell Stewart and Jerome Bettis in the 1997 Steelers. That was running quarterbacks before it was a cool thing to do. And then also the 500, 1500, and the 600 and 1400, also Robert Griffin III and Alfred Morris on that Washington team. And he also had many of the 700 and 1300 clubs, same groups. You had Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch in there as well. And then a lot of people forgot Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Daniel Jones had 700 rushing yards and Saquon had 1,300 rushing yards. And now Daniel Jones is going to be on the sidelines tonight in a playoff game. Keith, we got to take our top of the hour break. Thanks for giving us a call. We look forward to talking to you this upcoming Wednesday.
You got it, guys. Have a great day and a great week. We'll talk Wednesday.
All right, when we get back, what does Jay have for us today on the Afternoon Delight Debrief? You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, anyplace, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, a mixture of very light rain and clouds and a high of 50 with a blustery wind coming out of the north-northeast at 14 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 41. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a moderate breeze and a temperature near 57. Moving into Wednesday, about the same with a high of 56 and mostly cloudy. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure at an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. You hear it first. Sports talk right now. Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
I know it seems a bit overwhelming at first.
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
Something makes me think you'll get used to it.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And we are back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City and Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe along the Forgotten Coast. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, streaming live every day. Coach James Hale Show from 7 to 9, Afternoon Underdogs from 4 to 6, and, of course, the Inside Drive, which you're hanging out with us right now from 11 to 1. You can also download our free mobile app. Where, Jay?
In that Google Play or Apple Store.
That is correct. Yeah. All you got to do is search up 104.3. When you open up that app, make sure you enter the Holland Hearts ESPN Northwest Florida Magic Express until we figure out a way to go to a winter resort and get Jay going for some snowboarding or some skiing.
Phew.
What would you do, skiing or snowboarding?
I don't even know.
Skiing, in my opinion, is a lot easier than snowboarding.
Is it?
Have you ever ice skated before?
Never.
You haven't ice skated either?
I'm a true Southerner, Ryan.
That you are.
Yeah.
Whew. Yikes. Well, if you've never ice skated, because skiing is very similar to ice skating. You have your blade, you got an outside-inside edge.
Right.
I could never snowboard. Snowboards, I don't like having my 2 feet stuck together.
Nah, I couldn't do it. There's
I'm
no way.
freaking out thinking about it right now.
Yep.
But David's right. That eastern snow is a lot icier and faster, and it hurts more when you fall on it.
Yep.
That's for sure. And I've never been out west skiing, so I can't attest to the fluffy snow.
Seems like it'd be easier, I would think. But,
just based on simple physics, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once you get going, anyway. Once you get going.
What was the statement?
We're just still talking about
snowboarding. Yeah, I heard that, but
just easier to ski or snowboard in fluffy snow.
Yeah, powder. Yeah, well, it's more about the stopping because when you're on the ice, if you will. Yeah, exactly. And so it's a little bit harder to carve on the ice, and it hurts a lot more when you fall. The powder's a lot more forgiving. However, when you're on some of the more difficult slopes, and you get around some of the trees and stuff, and you'll fall into that powder. So you better have a buddy with you somewhere so they can come pull you out. Because that's happened a couple times to me as well. Yeah, no, you're
turtleback
like, you're not even turtleback. Like you're down in the snow, and like the only thing that is above the snow is your face at that point. You're just trying to keep your nose out of the snow.
It's a very dangerous thing, Jay. It's very dangerous out there on the slopes.
I bet.
A little sad that you haven't been out there yet.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll think about it. Maybe get out there. Maybe in the next decade.
In the next decade?
Let's wait.
What happens
decade.
first? You get Sailor Spay, or you go skiing or snowboarding?
Right. Yeah, probably snowing or skiing.
That was going to be
skiing,
skiboarding. There was a real quick moment in time. They had ski boards. They were two snowboard-shaped things that went on. They were just basically short skis.
Yeah,
is what they were.
Snowblades, I believe they call them.
My friend had them, and he liked it. I guess I don't know. You could do kind of more jumping and tricks and stuff like that with them because they were small, more maneuverable, so to speak.
Right.
But also do want to mention we are presenting live pro wrestling Saturday, February 8th. That's this year, coming up here soon. That is Wrestling versus Cancer number 10. The proceeds will go to Ryan Holland's cancer medical expenses. This is going to be at Bayhaven Charter Academy. Doors open at 5:30, bell time at 6:30. Are you going to be participating in this?
When is this again? February the 8th?
Yes.
February 8th.
Like, I want to see you do some pro wrestling.
Yeah, we need to pack it out, though, regardless if Jay is going to be wrestling or not. Yeah. We need to pack it out February 8th, Bayhaven Charter Academy.
Yes, and that's the best way to help people out and get a little entertainment as well. It's a win-win situation. Again, that's Wrestling versus Cancer, number 10. That is at the Bayhaven Charter Academy on Saturday, February 8th. Doors open at 5:30, bell time at 6:30. Get out and support. Just another great thing. Jack Patterson does a wonderful job getting these going. And if you really enjoy wrestling, you don't want to miss the opportunity to go see it right here in your backyard as well. Jay Henley, what's there at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd Street?
Would that be Bill Kramer, GM?
And Kramer Marine Outdoor.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. You are correct, sir. You're doing good in this segment. But yeah, right there at the corner of Frankfurt, 23rd Street. That's Bill Kramer, GM. 24's got to go. The 25s are on the lot as well. Lots of vehicles out there. They'll make it easy and certainly take great care of you. If you need your annual service getting done, it's that time of year. They'll service anything. It doesn't have to be GM. They also have express service for oil changes, tire change, whatever it may be, as they do sell tires at cost. And then take advantage of the cooler weather and the slow time out on the water right now. Get your annual service, get you a new trolling motor, maybe even a full engine repower. You can do all that at Kramer Marine and Outdoor. If you don't want to go to them, they will come to you with their mobile service. And then, of course, they sell the family of CRI. That is Spider, Sundance, Seabourn, as well as
Skeeter.
You can check out all of that new and used boat inventory at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com.
Yes, sir.
You got one, Jay?
Well, I was trying to research a little bit about the Canadian geese. I mean, it seems like with the weather we're having...
they're already south. They've been south for a while.
I'm sure. I hope they are.
It's called migration.
Some of the key characteristics about a Canadian geese.
A Canadian goose?
A goose, yeah. They're quick learners.
Ooh.
How about that?
They're a pain in the ass on golf courses, I can tell you that.
Yes, they are.
That's why you get border collies and other dogs to chase those geese.
Partners for life. Once they mate, that is their chick or dude forever.
There you go. Partners for life. There's a lot of
like
animals.
seahorses.
Yeah.
Say what?
Kind of like seahorses.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right.
Jim Gaffigan does a bit about seahorses. He's like, the male seahorse has the baby. And then he's like, well, wouldn't that make it the female seahorse? He's like, no, it's the male. It has the baby. Like, no, I don't understand. Anyway, continue.
Oh, goodness.
Partner, well, what made you flock to talking about Canadian geese?
I just random as I am. I'm as random as Monday is long. Yeah. I can tell you that. Hefty birds, they're up to 14 pounds. Could be up to 20 pounds.
A little greasy, though. A little greasy.
They are a little greasy.
Yeah.
How about, all right, so they're seasoned travelers. Since geese need open water where they can swim away from land predators, as well as for food, frozen winter water doesn't quite suit the bird.
No.
Geese will travel 3,000 miles during the winter if they can't find open water, returning their birthplace in the spring. So they actually go back to their birthplace.
Always, yeah.
Always.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
Canada geese can travel 1,500 miles in a day.
Canadian.
It says Canada, but yeah.
Okay, then I'll throw it at whatever article you're reading.
Canadian geese can travel 1,500 miles in a day, Ryan. What in the world?
That's it's getting after it.
I mean, can a 747 do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Was that a serious question?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
you said 1,500 miles in a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, they fly like 600-700 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
So they can do it in a couple hours.
These birds tend to fly around 40 miles per hour during migration. Here's one for you. Energy efficient flight. So, you know the V formation that you see.
Yeah. Go Ducks.
They travel high in the sky, obviously, but each bird in line flies a little higher than the goose in front of it. One explanation for the formation is that the front bird breaks the headwind so the birds behind it can draft along the airflow from the front. Geese communicate by honks while migrating. Honk, honk, honk. But yeah, just some fun facts about the Canadian geese. How about that?
Thank you for bringing that to the table today.
It is random. It's a random Monday.
It is the Afternoon Delight debrief, so it makes sense that you were talking about Canadian geese. But yeah, no, a nuisance on the golf course, not only from eating grass on the greens, but a lot of birds' poop is very acidic, and it can damage your turf. That's why the ospreys and stuff like that, too, out of Bay Point. It's a pain in the butt.
Not a good thing. Not a good thing.
That was a little goose-esque right there. I used to be able to do a really good goose honk, but...
Do it.
Nope, can't do it. No, I have too much in the chest to try to do that today. Too much to try to do that today. I think somebody tagged David in this, and I sniped it. But Kira Reynolds, she's a Purdue recruit and candidate for Miss Basketball in Indiana. She scored a quintuple double in her high school victory in South Bend, Washington, Indiana. She had 14 points, 18 rebounds, 12 assists, 11 steals, 10 blocks, and the W. In Indiana basketball history, Reynolds is the first player to get a quintuple double. Don't forget that name, Kira Reynolds, Jay Henley.
Never heard of a quintuple double.
Well, now you have.
Now.
That's why this is the Afternoon Delight debrief.
Yeah.
I mean, did anybody else play in that game, or was it just her?
No kidding.
Because, like, that's a lot of action. That's a lot of stats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. I got another one for you. You would think this is coming out of Florida, but it's not. Hold on, I gotta get ready for this one.
Do it.
A woman from York has announced plans to sue Pringles, alleging their packaging discriminates against individuals with fuller arms and beautiful curves. Joy Ride Mazai, 42, stated, I bought Pringles 56 times last year, and not once was I able to reach to the crisps at the bottom. She added, I've never faced this issue with any other types of crisps. Enough is enough. So, yeah, because, you know, you can't just turn the can over and pour the Pringles out, Jay.
No, you can't.
You have to reach in.
You can't just eat one.
Once you pop, can't stop.
That's right.
She can't.
No.
She's stopped. She's done.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, and she'll probably win the lawsuit because that's America, right?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever taken another restaurant's food into another restaurant and eaten their food there? No.
I think when the kids were young, like if we went to like a real restaurant, like we would get something from somewhere else and bring it, and
I gotcha.
They usually didn't care about that.
Yeah,
as long as your kid's quiet for the most part, right?
Did you
do it yesterday?
No, not yesterday, but I have done it
recently.
before. It's interesting, yeah. Taking crystals into a Waffle House, maybe, or something like that. So it's quite
crystals into a Waffle House.
Yeah,
that's like the polar vortex right there.
And then ask for some condiments. Like, yeah, can I get some more ketchup?
You would disrespecting Waffle House like that.
Or complain about the food.
You didn't smash this burger enough. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This is Crystals.
Yeah. Oh,
y'all got any Crystals hot sauce for my Crystals burgers?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Jay, you'll be happy to hear that a couple of days ago, the MLB banned the 2 Yankees fans who grabbed Mookie Betts' wrist during the World Series from all MLB stadiums indefinitely. That was per the New York Post. So, yeah, you remember that incident? What?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So, like, there was a bracelet of Mookie who? Mookie Blaylock?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Mookie Betts during
Mookie Blaylock went up for a block. Blocked the foul ball from the from the stands, and he got mangled by
I see. I already got you. Already got David.
Yeah, because I'm over here smiling. Yeah, I can't even believe that we're even getting to this point. The fact that we're talking about Mookie Blaylock playing baseball.
Oh, Mookie Betts. I get them Mookies mixed up.
Clearly. You're just not on the Mookie train right now.
So, all right, back up.
In the World Series, there was a foul ball that Mookie Betts went up to go make a play on, and the Yankees fan grabbed his wrist, and then remember they tried to pry open his glove to get the ball.
I do remember.
And we talked about it, and then but officially a couple of days ago, the MLB banned them from any Major League Baseball stadium indefinitely for life, which was a lot of people they were calling for that to happen, particularly.
Whatever happened to the Cubs guy back in the day that
you need to watch that documentary. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
They didn't.
He went hiding for a long time. No, he didn't do anything wrong in the eyes of like Major League Baseball.
Gotcha.
But in the Cubs fans, poor guy had to go in hiding forever.
I remember. Yeah, I forgot his name, but
oh man.
Anyways,
Steve Bartman.
Steve Bartman.
Yeah,
that was a good documentary.
Kind of like the first baseman with the who was the one that
Bill Buckner.
Bill Buckner.
Actually, that documentary, they talk about both of those particular series and how really those things those situations are what gets blamed for how that played out. But in all reality, those were both game 6s that when the team who kind of got the advantage of how those situations played out, they still had the opportunity to win that particular series, but they didn't. But everyone remembers, the ball going through Buckner's legs and Steve Bartman kind of challenging Moises Alou for the fly ball. But he really didn't challenge, as Ryan was alluding to, and Bill Buckner just, one play, and that's what he's remembered for. And just tough.
This is a nice documentary about it.
It's a great documentary.
Yeah. Almost like that Commanders kicker last night. He was about 2 inches away from probably
less than
2 inches. Yeah, I was about to say, because I think
those field goal posts are as wide as a dollar bill.
Are they really?
Yep.
I mean, that's wide. Or
it's a big old dollar bill. Yeah. You got like
what kind of dollar bills you walking around with, my friend?
Whoa.
Maybe counterfeit. I don't know. I mean, if you think about, I
want my big money. You want them checks where the guy comes knocks on your door.
Yeah,
hello, Jay Isley.
The Publishers Clearinghouse guy. Yeah.
6 inches is 6 inches.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, baby.
That's it. How wide is a dollar?
Is a dollar bill 6 inches long?
We're about to find out.
Yeah, we are.
Oh my gosh. Not even close. Oh, no. Okay. It's 6.14.
Oh.
It's 2.61.
That quarter inch is, or almost quarter inch.
It's not worth counting.
Yes, it is, son. You got to take every little centimeter you can get.
It weighs 1 gram. and it's 0.0043 inches thick.
Wow.
But yeah, 6.14 inches. That's how wide a goalpost is. Dunk.
Well, he got about half of it last night.
He got a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
There's another game, I forget which game it was, that one of the kickers hit the upright solid and it bounced back out. And then that one obviously went through for the Commanders to win the game. So you did watch a little playoff football.
That's the last thing I watched before I went night-night.
Night-night.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's about that time, about a little before
late.
11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
What time did you go to bed last night?
Right after that.
Yeah.
Yep. Lights out after that.
Just can't make it to midnight no more. I can tell you that.
I don't have any reason to make it to midnight.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
All right, one more, and then we will hit a break. Maybe. Riley Leonard's mom has texted him, "You suck," before every game since high school.
That's hard love.
Well, he said he was tired of everybody telling me how good I was. I needed somebody to, tell me I suck every once in a while to give me some motivation. So Riley Leonard's mom is the one that stepped up to that. So when I heard that, it's a reminder me of why he's so competitive. That was Marcus Freeman talking about him and his mom texting him, "You suck," before every game. And somebody put, "Bro must not check the comments."
Mom, where's the meatloaf?
So you hear that, moms? If you want to be a good sports mom,
tell your kid you suck
every morning, right before school.
Yep.
Wow. Drop them off and, "Hey, you suck."
Kick them out.
All lefts today, huh?
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 types of reinforcement, positive and negative.
Yeah.
And I guess it's in the eye of the beholder on how you take it.
That's actually very true.
Because if you take it offensively, it's not going to motivate you, which seems to be more the society that we live in nowadays.
Well, and naysayers, too. I mean, a naysayer is, well, obviously, I don't know. That kind of gets you fired up.
You don't know what a naysayer is?
Huh?
You don't know what a naysayer is?
I do. I'm just saying a naysayer will, fire you up.
If that's how you take it, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Some people thrive off of that. I mean, it's what they call that bulletin board material.
Yeah.
I'm kind of more like naysayer. I'd rather have like negativity, because I feel like every time in my life where someone's like, "Oh, you're doing so good," you're just like, boom, screwing up soon. So just don't even acknowledge anything that I do good. That's why all the time I'm just like deflecting anyone who says, "Nah, it's about we," or whatever. Don't put that on my shoulders. I don't need that onus.
Well, you got to accept the positivity.
You can accept it, but you don't have to bask it. Like that's what I'm trying to get at is everyone's different. Just like the way that you look at reinforcement. Sometimes, I don't want no one yelling at me. I'm not going to do better if you're yelling at me, but I do better at proving wrong than, you know what I mean? Just like, I'm like. Yeah, I don't like to get a big head. I like to just keep it humble, and everyone's different, man. And that's the thing. The beauty of coaching, from what I've even learned, is that you got to treat everyone according to what they respond to better.
Yeah.
Some kids
Yeah. Some kids you gotta stroke the ego. Some kids you gotta put them down. Jay, I know that's what you do in your camps. you separate them into 2 groups.
We will be doing that.
Jay's got a golf club with a paddle on the end. They're like, "Oh, put your hand down." Pow!
Yep.
That's a very flexible shaft that he's got too. So it bam
creates a lot of torque.
Yes.
In my elementary school, the principal did have a paddle.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Apparently, he didn't use it enough.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Real quick, then we'll take a break. Puma has filed a lawsuit against Tiger Woods apparel brand Sunday Red, alleging the brand mark will cause confusion among consumers. Due to the confusing similarity of the marks and the legally identical, or closely related nature of the goods and services of the parties, consumer confusion is likely between the challenged marks and the leaping cat logo. I wouldn't say Puma. I would say Slazenger. Yeah, absolutely. But hey,
are they even a company anymore?
That's a great question. I'm sure somebody acquired them as far as their golf balls are concerned.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, to me, I agree with you. I think it looks much more like a Slazenger logo than it does a Puma logo. But hey, the American way, Jay.
The American way.
All right, we got to go ahead and take a quick break. Speaking of that American way, Jay, do you know where Carson Beck is headed?
The U.
The U, indeed. We're going to talk a little bit about that when we get back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the ESPN Northwest Florida Hall and Arts Magic Express. We're taking a busload of sports fanatics on the ultimate road trip to watch the Orlando Magic play the Sacramento Kings March 29th at the Kia Center. Plus hotel and food during the game. Just open the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app and click Enter Contest. Sponsored by PCB Hobby, Panama City, Toyota, Holland Arts, and Fairfield Hampton Inn on Thomas, and Home 2 Suites.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Monday's weather. The remainder of the day, there will be a blustery wind out of the north-northeast, clouds and 50. Mostly clear skies tonight, about the same at 41, and a wind at 11 miles per hour out of the north. Tomorrow, partly sunny and a moderate breeze right around 13 miles per hour with a high of 57. About the same at 56 Wednesday, and we'll have mostly clouds. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. This is not for the casual fan. This is for the warriors. This is for the legends.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is how we do it.
And welcome back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Jay Henley.
Yes, sir.
Carson Beck. Where'd you say he's going?
The U.
The U, indeed.
Miami.
I think Friday is when the news broke that he was taking himself out of declaration for the NFL draft and entered the transfer portal. And then not much long after that, we found out where he's going, and that is the University of Miami, where his girlfriend plays basketball and apparently was a big distraction up there when he was playing football. I'm not really sure why. I just saw that they said it was a big distraction. She was causing pressure. She's also a twin down there too, Jay. South Beach.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
I wonder if
their relationship antics is what I heard.
Antics, that's the word. Yes, relationship antics.
And she plays basketball for
the
Miami.
U. Yep. Yep.
I wonder if Mark Rick had anything. Is he still down in Miami? It seemed like Mark Rick went to Miami for a season.
He was there for a little bit, yeah.
For a bit.
A little tiny bit.
For a tiny bit.
For a spot of tea.
For a spot of tea. Yeah, he's going to go retire down there. Carson's just going to call it quits at 25 or 26 and just
done.
retire.
He's like,
Miami.
forget it.
Hot takes by Jay.
I don't want to play football
Eating
anymore.
crystals at a Waffle House.
Don't do it, folks. Don't let him convince you to do it. Oh, goodness.
Let's go do that.
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
No, I don't break those rules like you do. I like to live a clean life.
You put your shopping cart back in the...
I do.
Yeah.
Despite the promo.
I know.
I do it every time. And if I don't do it,
You get
Liam
somebody
does
else's.
it.
What about the lone shopping cart that's sitting at the far end of the parking lot and it's a windy day? Are you taking the hike to go get it for someone?
Depends on how far away I am from it.
I got you.
If I'm within, let's call it 50 feet, I'll get it.
I try to at least get one or two every time.
It's kind of like doing ball marks on a green.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't just fix your own. Fix other people's too.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
And you
helping your greenskeeper since 1991.
That's it. That's it. And push to the center. Don't stick it in and pull up. That's what tears roots, and then it dies.
Yep.
You see that?
No, that's right.
One of the first YouTube videos I ever did in marketing for golf was how to repair a ball mark appropriately.
Really?
Yep. I can probably still find it on the internet.
I would love to find that.
It's a great one. I think I was wearing pleated, baggy pants and a pink V-neck sweater.
I'm envisioning it now.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Oh, I am.
I know. I can tell.
Was it a pink, was it a polo?
No, it was like there's this really cool store in downtown Aiken, South Carolina called Lionel Smith. It was like a higher end gentleman's store, but he did a big sidewalk sale every year, and I would load up on like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because he'd have like $200 sweaters, and he'd mark them down for like $25.
How do you stay in business that way?
Because that's how you clear out your dead inventory.
Oh, okay.
It's not doing you any good, despite whether you sell it or not. So if you sell it for $25, you sell it for $100, you're clearing it out of your space. That's
Gotcha.
For sure. But,
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'll have to find that video and send it to you guys.
Love it.
It was classic. I was a pioneer at that time. Now everybody does videos.
The thing is, you got to hit a green first of all to repair a ball mark. And that's
fair.
Fair. That's the tough part. But so you gotta push up. Explain to me again. So you gotta push up on that ball mark.
No. You go in and then you push towards the middle.
Yeah.
If you push it in and then pull up, you're tearing the roots. And as soon as you tear roots on the green, that's where you get all those brown spots.
Yeah.
Or you get those from people not repairing ball marks as well.
Yeah.
Or you get those from ospreys taking number 2s on your greens, and the acid kills the grass.
You can't be having that.
I know. There's a lot of stuff. Don't be giving seagulls laxatives. It's not good for the golf industry.
No, it's not.
All right, Jay. What I was going to talk about. Let's see. Ooh, look at that sign. That's a good-looking sign. Oh, we got a caller on the line? All right, who do we got out there?
Cleveland Brad, you're riding with the Inside Drive. What's going on, brother?
Yo, how you guys doing?
We're fantastic. How are you?
Good, man. I heard we were talking geese and birds, and that got me all excited.
Same here. Jay brought up geese in the Afternoon Delight Debrief. I'm not really sure why.
Fun fact.
But here we are.
Know. Yeah,
here we are talking about it. They're a detriment to golf courses. I do know that.
That's why I called, man. I know I probably haven't told you guys, but, like, I always worked at golf courses growing up. Like, from, like, high school all the way through college, I was always, like, a golf course worker. So it was just, like, really fun to me. And when I was in college, I worked at the campus course, and that was one of my jobs every year was to go around and steal the eggs from the goose nests.
Nice.
I don't know if any of you've ever had that job at a golf course before, but it is hilarious.
That's a dangerous job. Those mama geese can be nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one of the way you do it is there's 2 guys in a gator, one's armed with a golf club, and then you kind of run up on them like a drive-by almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you run up on these.
You got to surprise them. Those geese are they're very self-aware.
Yeah, and one guy, keeps the goose busy, and then the other guy grabs all the eggs. And the funniest thing is almost every nest has golf balls in it. Like, literally every goose nest has a few golf balls. So they go around stealing them, too. It's pretty funny.
Well, and they only go back to nest where they nested. So once you do that, they don't come back, and that's one of the big reasons why you do that.
People don't realize how bad Canada geese are for golf courses.
It's terrible.
The statistic I've always heard is they eat about 5 pounds of grass per day.
Yeah.
So they're like a cow with wings.
Yep.
And they poop half of whatever they eat. So, you're dealing with 2.5 to 3 pounds of goose poop, from each goose as well. So, we would steal the eggs, and we would actually have to report how many we got to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and, keep track of it and all that stuff. But it just got me thinking about that and how hilarious that job was. So
yeah, no, it's you've got that on your resume forever.
Yes, you do.
Canadian goose egg stealer. I know in New Jersey it was illegal to kill them. So like you had to if you really wanted, if you didn't do that egg thing and you did the other route, which some of our guys did. I'm not going to name names. Nobody knows who they are anyway. But yeah, you it's a huge problem, and you're not allowed to eradicate the problem. So you have to get them before they become live geese. But some of them ended up getting taken care of, and then a lot of guys on the maintenance crew from other countries would then scoop up the geese and have a geese feast. Jay, a geese feast.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's how I know they're pretty greasy. The Canadian goose.
Yeah.
All the experience.
Yeah, and I didn't, since it's the inside drive, and I knew your preseason pick was already Ohio State, you and I both knew this was all coming. So,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
I didn't even need to call in to talk about that.
Nope.
That was just a given.
Y'all are cruising to that, sixth potential national championship?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
no big deal.
This one kind of reminds me of the last one we won, just really playing their best ball, taking out Oregon. I mean, so getting vibes of the last Natty. And, good job for the Big Ten. I mean, obviously, you never want to see your rival in Michigan, but, following up Michigan, that's really the best thing Ohio State could do at this point is, put our own Natty right on top of Michigan. So
yep.
I don't know what else you can do.
Not a whole lot, and it really makes that Michigan loss mean nothing when you hang a national championship, hopefully, right on top of it.
Yeah, and not to go off on a tangent, but
that's what we do.
I think an unintended consequence of this playoff is these rivalries. Michigan, Ohio State always meant a lot because if you lost that, it was basically over.
Yeah, your season was done, yeah, because you couldn't afford the one loss, yeah.
Right, and that loss to Michigan, honestly, was the best thing that could have happened to us, motivation-wise, I think. So, and that win against Texas, I thought it was really good because they kind of won in a different way.
Yeah.
You almost didn't want to go into the national championship just steamrolling three teams. Jeremiah Smith was held to I don't know, just a couple catches. I don't know the stats, but they really got their transfer portal guys going. Quinshon Judkins from Ole Miss put up 2 touchdowns, and D. Hayes, our dude, what's the safety's name for the transferred in from Alabama?
Caleb Downs. Yep.
Dude, he plays like a rocket. Just watch how many plays he blows up in the backfield.
Yeah,
what he does
safety.
is not even showing up on the stats necessarily. So I mean, he is he almost reminds me of the way Troy Polamalu played. He is just firing out like a missile.
Well, that's what you want from your safety. That is 100% what you want. And I mean, the debates now, it's, why is the SEC so down? You hear the national narrative kind of well, now you can legally pay players, so all the behind-the-scenes stuff is not happening anymore. But
yeah, and, obviously talent's getting spread out because, why would you, if you're a kid, why would you sit somewhere, now? Why, if you really want to play, you go play somewhere. So, that's what's happening, and the depth isn't quite there. I think that the SEC is used to.
Yep, 100%. And that kind of segues me back into what we were talking about, and I was going to enlighten Jay on the whole Carson Beck situation. It looks like
I got to go, so thanks, guys.
All right, perfect. Thank you, and hopefully we'll talk to you again before the Natty next Monday. But if we don't, give us a call again next week. We'd love to talk more about the Ohio State Buckeyes and their national championship game coming up next Monday. But yes, Jay, Carson Beck set to make $4 million there at Miami. They said, I heard it was rumored he made about 10 at Georgia. That is Anthony Richardson, quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, makes $3.8 million in his base salary. Let's see who else we got here. Jaden Daniels, $2.5 million base salary. C.J. Stroud, $1 million base salary. Bryce Young, $1 million base salary. Of course, they got signing bonuses and that stuff too, especially if they're in the top 10. Caleb Williams, $960,000 base salary. And then Bo Nix, another $960,000 base salary. So, can you really blame his decision to stay and, try to... Yeah, obviously he's trying to boost his draft capital a little bit too because he had been likened to like Daniel Jones and some other guys. But when you can stay in college for an extra year and make $4 million in the NFL yet, kind of a easy decision, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. Those numbers are astonishing to me and makes you wonder what about, what's the incentive of going and playing NFL football after making $4 million as a college football player? I wonder what the NFL thinks about that.
I don't think the NFL cares.
Really?
Yeah. They're worth like $12 billion or something like that. Maybe even more than that. I forget what it is. Yeah, no, the NFL's making so much money.
But then you get a guy who makes $4 million like Carson that decides to go to the NFL to take potentially make $900,000 for his salary for the year. Then all of a sudden the players are kind of like in control of.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You got to remember too, he is not being projected as a top 5 draft pick. Obviously, if you were drafted very early, like some of these, I don't know what C.J. Stroud's signing bonus. Some of these guys' signing bonuses are up to like $20-25 million. So they're also getting a large signing bonus as well when you're drafted early. I think they were projecting Carson Beck kind of second, third round, which. Your base salary is very similar to what we were just talking about, but your signing bonus is nowhere near that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and that's the great debate. A lot of people saying that's what's ruining college football is this NIL stuff. But it certainly puts the wherewithal kind of back in the players' hands to some of these collectives that can afford to get some of these. He does kind of look like Christopher Walken a little bit as a comment. Yeah, he does look like it.
Yeah, he does.
But you think he'll help the U replace Cam Ward?
Man, if he has some good receivers to pass to, and he was 50-50 at Georgia, I feel like. I mean, I feel like Stockton coming in is a little bit of a better quarterback once he gets some more snaps, in my opinion.
Okay, why come? I need to understand.
Just from what I've seen.
Just
from what I've seen in the last couple of games. I mean, we don't know a lot about this Stockton guy.
No, and he's only played one game.
Yeah, but, however... he does look like a leader, and that's what that's what Kirby's looking for.
There you go. I like this.
Yeah.
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
What does a leader look like to you, Jay?
A leader. Well, I'm looking at one. right here. I'm looking at one on the glass, behind the glass here. Leaders.
Are you looking at yourself in the glass?
No. I'm looking at you guys. Yeah.
Excellent.
You sound like Joe Pesci in Home Alone. Excellent.
Marv. The father.
I will say, though, Atlanta seems to be jinxed, though, with the hosting big-time football games, because you wait and see. There'll be ice all over Atlanta come next Monday. I guarantee it. We're X'd on the on hosting big-time football games up in Atlanta.
Well, it's because you host so many.
No.
Every turn around, every big game, the first week of the season, there's a game there.
Well, I'm just talking like natty championship games and Super Bowls and things like that.
Yeah,
but,
it very well could be tough to get up there.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a quick break. You listen to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the ESPN Northwest Florida Hall and Arts Magic Express. We're taking a busload of sports fanatics on the ultimate road trip to watch the Orlando Magic play the Sacramento Kings March 29th at the Kia Center. Plus hotel and food during the game. Just open the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app and click Enter Contest. Sponsored by PCB Hobby, Panama City Toyota, Hall and Arts, and Fairfield Hampton Inn on Thomas, and Home 2 Suites.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
Introducing Lucid Stream TV. Get over 2,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch local network channels from most major markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Lucid Stream TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200 plus entertainment and news networks, or watch 10,000 movies on demand, including recent theater releases. Just $42 a month when you use the promo code ESPNNW at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Lucid Stream TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Lucid Stream TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Lucid Stream TV logo.
And now the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
We're going to have a talk.
Tell me what you know. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's a frantic noise.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Chicken.
And we are back. It was the Inside Drive live here on ESPN at Northwest Florida. Jay, you'll get a kick out of this one. I didn't get to it today in the Afternoon Delight debriefs, and I'm impatient, so I want to do it right now instead of tomorrow. On June 17th, 1994, over 95 million viewers tuned in to watch O.J. Simpson's infamous white Ford Bronco chase. As captivated audience stayed glued to their TVs, Domino's Pizza had its busiest day ever, rivaling Super Bowl Sunday sales. While Domino's has grown up to over 10,000 global locations, the company downplays the incident's impact, calling it a bizarre blip with no lasting influence on the brand's success.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Best day ever. When everybody was at home watching OJ and his white Ford Bronco.
Absolutely. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Keanu Reeves and Speed, going down the...
Talk about a movie that gives you anxiety.
I know. Whew. Sandra Bullock. Gosh, she was amazing.
You're a big Sandra Bullock fan, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, it really...
I'll see if I can get her on Love Connection.
That would be fantastic.
Nah, because then we'll have competition. I will sabotage that.
That's right. You will not get Sandra. I will,
I'll
baby.
blindside you, boy.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. But, man, that's crazy. Everybody's just like, hey, I need Domino's Pizza and
You're
just
hungry.
watch.
Yeah. You don't want to get up away from it.
There hadn't been many good speed chases like that since then, it seems like.
Why don't you go start one? We can figure this out. A white Nissan going down Highway 98.
Helicopters everywhere. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
That's all. I mean, that's it.
So OJ and pizza.
Yeah, Domino's specifically.
Yeah, specifically. Thin crust or...
They just said they had their best day ever. I don't know what the...
They missed out on a huge marketing opportunity. They could have turned all of their delivery vehicles into white Broncos.
Yeah, they could have.
Slap that logo right there. Would have been perfect.
Make sure that all the drivers wear gloves that are too small.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Keep your hands off that pizza.
Oh, well... I remember. I mean, we watched it in class.
Yep,
I mean, I was
remember.
in 8th or 9th grade.
It was in 5th grade, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 4th grade, but I think it was 5th grade.
Because we had TVs mounted up in the classroom.
They had to roll it in, on the thing.
Yeah.
You remember when the teacher rolled that in? You're like, yes, we're watching a movie.
Yeah. I remember those days.
Knows all about that. That is for sure. All right, Jay, you know what we have to go over?
The Pick'ems.
The Pick'em. obviously, the first game we picked was Penn State, Notre Dame. We revealed the results of that last Friday because the game happened on Thursday. Do you remember who won that one?
On when? Thursday?
Penn State, Notre Dame. The semifinal.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, Notre Dame won.
Notre Dame won that one. And then you picked Texas. David and I both picked Ohio State. Ohio State did get the dub 28-14. Next game we picked was Chargers-Texans. All three of us went with the Chargers. All three of us were wrong. Then we went Steelers at Ravens. All three of us went Ravens, and obviously that was correct as the Ravens dominated the Steelers in that game. Then all three of us went Bills over the Broncos. Bills won that one 31-7. All three of us went Eagles over the Packers. Another dominating performance there. And then Jay was the lone person that went with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Commanders doinked their way to a victory last night, and now we'll take on the Detroit Lions up there in Detroit. And then tonight, y'all fine gentlemen went with the Vikings. I did go with the Rams. We'll see how that shakes out. Obviously, the game has not played yet. All three of us went with Auburn over South Carolina. Despite Auburn getting it a little close down there at the end, they pulled out the victory late in that game. But a bad thing that came out of that game is Janai Broom went down with an ankle injury. Does not need surgery, but he had an MRI on it yesterday, and he's likely to be out for a little bit of time there. So Auburn's going to have to deal with one of the best players on their team being out for some time. We do have Tony on the line. Tony, how are you doing today?
Good. How you guys doing today?
We're doing fantastic. Anytime hanging out with these fine gentlemen is a good day.
Hey, I got a comment about the ACC in Miami. I just wonder how much my school paid their quarterback to stay at Clemson. And, you got two dark horses coming up in the ACC. Syracuse is going to be tough next year, and also SMU. I do not see Miami overtaking Clemson, SMU, or Syracuse.
Yeah, I think that's certainly fair, and SMU will continue to do what they're doing, and if Dabo decides to dip his toes a little bit in the portal and some of that stuff, they could get back to right where they obviously they were in the playoff, both of those teams in the playoffs. But yeah, the Orangemen just always kind of floating around. Now is their quarterback, is he back for this next year?
Yeah, he came back. He came back for his senior year. And ESPN college football has him in the top three quarterbacks coming out, and they have him as the front leader right now for the Heisman. And he has this every game like he had against Texas.
So he is back this upcoming season for Syracuse.
Yeah, he's back, and Clemson did dip into the portal. They got the number one five-star linebacker transferred from Alabama, and then they got a five-star defensive end that transferred from Purdue.
Ooh, nice.
So they got some pieces on their defense, and then they got the number three wide receiver that came out of FIU, I believe.
That's where you're starting to see I was reading Wright State Chris's comment about Mark Richt was a QB at Miami, Jay, when Jim Kelly was a QB there. Obviously, Richt did not play in front of Jim Kelly.
Actually, fun fact about Mark Richt, everywhere he went, there was a future Hall of Famer in front of him. When he was at the pros, he was behind like John Elway and stuff. I heard him speak last year at First Baptist, and yeah, everywhere he went, he had a future Hall of Famer in front of him.
Wow.
Yeah, good stuff.
I think Dabo got a little pressure this year from the alumni to start going into the portal, and I think maybe he realized that if he wanted to put not to take the playoffs in the ACC, he had to go to the portal to take that the next step.
Yeah, I wonder if the ACC officials were pressuring him too, given all the talk about the ACC being kind of the conference not living up to the hype that the other conferences certainly are. But
it was definitely an embarrassing bowl season for the ACC. You have 12 teams make it and only 2 won.
Yeah.
10?
Yep. 3-1.
No, 13. I believe they had 13.
Ah,
bowl
13.
teams.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think it was 1 or 2 won their bowl game.
Tough. Hey, that's the word. Spread out, more parity. Keeps Jay on his toes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All that good stuff. All right, Jay, who do you like tonight? And then we'll ask Tony.
The Vikings, and who are they playing?
The Rams.
The Rams?
In Glendale, Arizona.
I like the Vikings here.
Why?
They're purple.
Fair. My first rec soccer team growing up was the Purple People Eaters.
Yeah, see, there you go. And that's why I'm sticking to the Vikings this evening.
Okay.
But then also, don't they have a better record than...
Yeah, but it's the playoffs now. Everybody's 0-0.
Yeah. I still like the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I like you like the Vikings. I like the Rams. I think they're healthier. I think they're one of the hotter teams in the league right now. And, you know, they've got a little bit more to quote-unquote play for, so to speak. Sometimes when you have these things that happen, these tragedies, it gives you a little extra motivation maybe that you were missing. I don't know. We shall see. But it is being played in State Farm or Stadium tonight.
There's some irony there, huh?
There's a lot of irony there, depending on if you want to look forward or not.
Someone call it fireny.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Canceling a knee.
Gotcha.
Tony, who do you like in tonight's playoff game?
I'm going with the Rams tonight because of the motivation that they're going to have to try to pick their city back up. And I think they're going to be motivated.
I like it.
I do like that take, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's a real thing. I mean, as much as people may not want to say it is, but it is. When you have these these forces outside that you can't control, but you can help rally with that guy. I mean, you kind of saw it. Who was wearing the Chargers were wearing, that didn't really help them, but they were wearing all the LA Fire gear. So I'm sure you're going to see a lot of that as well tonight.
Well, and the Yankees with 9/11, right? Didn't they go to the World Series in 01?
I wouldn't know that off the top of my head.
But I think they lost to the Diamondbacks in that series.
But they made it to the World Series.
The pool.
No.
They made it there last year, too.
In sports, emotion plays 65% of the game. Look at Northern Illinois beating a team in the national championship.
Yep.
They got up on Notre Dame, and their emotions took over, and they won a game on pure emotion because the athletes at Northern Illinois are not better than the athletes at Notre Dame.
Nope, absolutely not. But and didn't the head coach of Northern Illinois talk to Marcus Freeman and like tell him how they beat him or something like that, and that kind of helped Freeman kind of lock things down a little bit. I know Indiana, their only 2 losses this year are to the 2 teams playing in the national championship, so that's something to be said for as well for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, they had an amazing season. Actually, Clemson, we're going after Penn State. Defensive coordinator.
Are you a Clemson fan, Tony?
I'm a diehard Tiger. I went to Clemson, and I grew up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So
there you go. Which is ironic because I almost went to Clemson, but then it ended up going to Coastal Carolina University.
I almost went to Coastal Carolina too.
There you go.
There
you go. Go
I love the small world stuff.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I'd been to a Clemson Coastal Carolina game in Clemson. It was on Halloween many, many years ago. But I just remember when I toured Clemson looking at all the baseball national championships in their athletic department. It was pretty neat.
We got a new nickname for him, Tony the Tiger.
Ooh, I'm sure that's not new.
There it is, though.
No, I'll take it. I get teased all every day at work. Everybody calls me that. So, hey. It's all good.
Way to be original, Jay.
Yeah. Hey, it's good, guys. I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Tony, we appreciate you giving us a shout and enjoy the playoff game tonight. And we look forward to hopefully hearing from you again sometime soon.
Absolutely. You guys take care.
All right, you too, Tony. Jay, takeaways from today's show.
Takeaways.
Doing it every day from now on.
Man, you got to prepare me for this. This
I just told you I'm doing it every day from now on, and I think I've done it pretty consistently.
Yeah,
the last 4 or 5 shows.
We still have 2 more minutes left. Let me think about it.
That's the whole point of your takeaways. You're supposed to think and give me your takeaways.
It's playoffs.
Fair.
We'll see. I think the Bills will end up winning the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Wow, look at you giving predictions in your takeaways.
Yeah.
My takeaways is that I didn't realize that the ducks or the geese in the Flying V were a little bit higher than the lead goose because of the aerodynamic situation. I knew the V had to do with aerodynamics, but I didn't realize that they were a little bit higher staggered back in that V.
It's like drafting at Daytona. We only got about 40 more days left, and we'll be drafting at Daytona.
Boogity boogity.
Yes, sir. Let's go racing, boys.
You got to watch out for those geese though on the track.
Yes.
Don't want to get one of those.
Or Sully if you're flying a United Airlines.
Bird strikes, that happens often.
Yeah.
It's one of the serious things you got to watch out for.
That's right.
Especially when you're flying fighter jets too.
Yep.
Bird strikes. All right, is that all you got? Takeaways?
David, you got a takeaway?
Oh, my takeaway would be that geese are monogamous. Right? That's a good takeaway. And
one partner for life.
Yeah.
The bus driver did us dirty in the NFL, and we get to hear his takes here on the daily on the Inside Drive, and it just makes me scratch my head even more, and I'm wondering why I'm out of hair, and I think it's really this show.
It's 100% fair. 100% fair.
That's my takeaway.
The 200 wins. 200!
It was impressive.
Thank you.
It was impressive. Oh, we got to go ahead and end today's show. Jay, we appreciate you hanging out with us today. We got you again tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
All right. Afternoon Underdogs coming up at 4. We'll be back tomorrow at 11. Y'all have a great rest of your Monday.
The PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a